Okay, so finally, I've been looking at a gun for a while, and so I've picked one up. It's the Stoeger STR-9, and basically it's a Glock knockoff. So, the box came with a handy-dandy little reloader helper for the magazine. I did pick up an extra holster. This did not come with the firearm. It is a multi-function holster, so yeah, pretty cool. For today's first shoot, I did pick up like an aluminum case and a brass case cartridges for firing it through Blazer, and apparently they're pretty good. So yeah, I was trying to put a target up, but right now the stapler didn't quite work, so sad. But as I should point that way. I was looking at, gotta get it just right. I haven't quite. Okay. So it's clear, but yeah, take the first one out. Let's get a few of these out. I think I nabbed a few too many for my hand. Apparently this is aircraft grade aluminum, so we'll see how she plays in it, and then we'll move on to the brass if it's worth it. The last one. So most of this video will end up being just like shooting footage. I did get one slow-mo in there. It didn't seem like it was working too well, but when I looked at the footage in Blender, which I have used to edit this video together, like through all the pain and constantly having to save in case Blender crashed, it worked pretty well. So this has been edited in Blender and rendered as such if I can get it to work somewhat. But yeah, most of it's going to be shooting stuff. There's like that one slow-mo. And then also, after talking about it, you'll notice some things, some conjecture I put forth. It's like after talking about it a little bit, like after getting home, there were some mistakes that I made, and like I noticed like very heavily later on as I was reviewing footage that my posture is just horrible in a lot of places. So it really, like, being able to step back and look at that like really made me like, that's bad. So if you ever feel like you're unconfident with yourself, just like take video of yourself walking or whatever, or things like that, and see how your posture looks and correct it, because honestly that's like probably 90% of your problem in not feeling good. Like, fake it till you make it. Correct your posture. It works in shooting to perform a lot better, and it, well, works in life too. So, yeah, most of this shooting stuff, I might, yeah. So, this video, like all the other ones so far, is sponsored by me. Buy the nice merch, you know, you're staring right at it now. I finally got some in the flesh, and so now you get to enjoy it. I'll make sure, I've forgotten to put the link in the description, but I will add that to my stuff. And also, yes, buy the merch. You're going to be staring at it for this whole video and little clips about it. So, yeah, have fun. Well, there's all the aluminum gone, so we're left with the brass, so probably pop a few rounds of that through and So, like I said earlier with the Stoeger, it's basically a Glock knockoff. So one thing that I'm looking at is you'll notice, like, as you listen to me rack it, that it has a scraping sound to it, or as I'm, like, messing with it, trying to get it to stay open, is that. And what's really cool is you can actually buy Glock, like a Glock spring assembly, and put it in there. So a lot of the Glock parts should work pretty well with it. Like, looking at the slides side by side, they're very, very similar, so that it might be able to fit, might not. Could potentially, like, 3D print a slide and, like, a bunch of other parts. But other than that, it's pretty interchangeable. It is similar in size to a Glock 17. So that's what the holster that I have is, in essence, the size area of the holster. So some notable things with the setup here. You may have noticed that it did jam on me a few times, so what I'm thinking is it might be partially due to the way I cleaned it the first time, but it could also be due to some of the mechanisms, like the spring and all. But I'm not quite sure, but, well, it could also possibly mostly be due to the load inside of the ammo, so it may not have had enough load in it to, like, actually push it back all the way that it needed to, because in the brass, it caught the shell as it was ejecting, or the casing as it was ejecting. And then there were a couple times with the aluminum where the casing was able to exit completely, but it got caught on the next round as it was loading up. So those are some interesting things. I probably will stick with the brass just in this thing. No more aluminum for this puppy. One interesting thing is, like, depending on your hands, they do have interchangeable back straps. So you can make it chunkier or less chunky, so that's something. And then, like I said, it's basically a Glock knockoff, so I'm looking at a Glock spring assembly to put in here, so it sounds a lot sexier. And then that also means that you can replace the slide, because I think there are places where they have 3D printed slides, but don't quote me on that. It should have... It has the info on where it was made and stuff like that on it, though. So I think it's got most of the important info that it's worried about. Yeah, that serial number there. So, and I think under the barrel. But other than that, it does feel pretty nice. I like it. And the holster does okay. Doesn't weigh you down too much. But yeah. Also, one extra note. Yes, buy the merch. If you do that, you know, it really helps everything else out too. And yeah, buy the merch. Remember, guys, if you appreciate what you saw, if any of this helped you, you can scream at me on Discord, on Guilded, on any of the other chat things, on Matrix and whatnot. Links are down in the description. I believe I've even included my XMPP in there. Check it all out and drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think at all, any of that kind of stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.